I'm just coming out of the car wash at 6:15 in the morning. I've had a busy Sunday night. The Sunday night was busy because people don't have to go to work today, or should I say a lot of people don't have to go to work today, because it's another one of those bullshit Hallmark holidays called Family Day. Now, what is it with Family Day? You know, families don't do things together anymore, so what's what's the point of Family Day? I don't get it. So, yeah, a lot of people don't have to go to work today, so that's why there isn't all that bunch of traffic coming into town from out in the western communities. And yeah, like I said, I had a busy night. I did about 400 for a Sunday night. 400, that's like a Saturday night. And I was going one right after another. Didn't give me much of a chance to stop and take a break. So I didn't get to watch a lot of YouTube. That means that I'm still pretty far behind on everything. I'm going to go to the bank now to deposit some money, and then I'm going to fuel up. And after I fueled up, I'm going to park it, and that's the end of that. I already cleaned the car. Anyways, I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, that's about right, tomorrow. I am at the airport. And I just got out here. The time is now 4:06 a.m. It is the morning of the Tuesday. So I worked Sunday night. I had an incredibly busy night. $400. Tonight was lighter. I'm at about 260-ish. 260 for a Monday night, which is not too bad. I had a few longer trips. I didn't have that many trips, but I had a few longer trips, which helped. This one was not a longer trip. This one, I got sent from close to town, 3/4 of the way out the peninsula to the airport at the Mount Newton Cross Road Super 8 motel. I picked up this customer, and she came out here. She was very pleasant, very nice girl, and she's on her way to Cancun. And we started talking about Cancun a little bit, and traveling in general. And yeah, we got her to the airport, and well, that was that. Worked out really well. Anyways, the night isn't quite over yet. There's a couple hours left to go, so I'm probably going to head back to town and start watching something again on this phone and fall asleep. And that was okay for a Monday night. I'm glad it was more relaxed than the Sunday night because of Family Day. Family Day was the Monday. And it's also a reading break for the university. So all the kids were partying, and all the people who didn't have to go to work were staying out late and playing. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm at the car wash, but the car doesn't even look dirty, so I'm not going to wash it. I'll be the next driver on it anyway tomorrow. So after looking at the car, it looks decent enough. It was a slow night. It took me until 1 o'clock to break even, and it was pretty quiet after that. But something happened around 3 o'clock. Between 3 and 5 or so, I was busy. I think I did between 3 and 5. I did about $100 worth of business. Can that be right? was one right after another. Uh-oh, there goes the beeper. Well, as a whole, the night was, I guess, okay. I got about 250 on. And yeah, for about 2 hours there, I was one after another. But before that was not very much, and since then, for the last hour, was not a lot going on. It's 5:57. Oh, there's an ambulance. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to stop for those. That's what I did. I stopped. I'm just gonna fuel it and park it. I was supposed to go do some exercises this morning. I'll go, but oh, I'm exhausted. I'm just tired. Yeah, I don't feel like washing the car. I don't feel like doing anything. I just feel like sleeping. But I'll go do some exercises, and that will be it for the Tuesday night. Now it's Wednesday morning. I'll be back tomorrow. We're at the airport again, and it's busy. Oh, fuck it. I'm gone. It's busy at the airport. Look at this, how busy it is. Oh my goodness. People are dropping off at the arrivals because the departures are so busy. It was a busy night, surprisingly, for a Wednesday. Well, it was Welfare Wednesday, so a lot of the welfares and family people got their checks and stuff. And there were a lot of short trips, and nothing tires me out more than a lot of short trips, because you have to run to go get the next one, and then they don't go far, and then you have to run to go get the next one, and then they don't go far. So you're working hard and not making that much money. Well, I got 300 on, or just a little over 300, and the time is now 4:51. Because I'm so tired, that's it. I am not going to work anymore. I'm just going to wash the car, and I'm going to fuel it and park it, and that is the end of that. Because I'm really tired. Really, really tired. But I did well tonight. I had one going out to the airport now at the end, and that's it. I filled the sheet. I had a lot of short trips. I took the guy to the airport. I got 300. That's it. It's enough for me. And I will be back tomorrow for one more shift this week. Now it's Thursday night, and it's been a real slow Thursday night, like one trip an hour Thursday night, really excessively slow. And I fell asleep 2 or 3 times already. In fact, one time I fell asleep, and the system kicked me off. And then when I put myself back on the system, it gave me a trip right away. Then I had another trip, and I finally broke even at around 1:30-ish in the morning. Now the time is 3:03. And what happened between 2 and now is quite a story. But I have lots of time, so I can tell you. I got a call to Uptown, which is that great big ugly stupid mall near where I usually sit and wait. And it said 2 guys under a sign, under the Best Buy sign, check for cash. I'm going, okay, check for cash. I didn't say anything, but they said we're going to Wright Road, 1310 Wright Road. And I go, really? Okay. Where's that? What's it off of? He said, Whiff and Spit. I said, oh, Souk. Yeah, I know where Whiff and Spit is. I just don't know Wright Road. And these 2 guys, they were talking like they were, I don't know. They were not speaking very clearly. They were acting odd. They were acting strange. And I asked them, can I have cash up front, please? She said, oh, we don't have any cash. And I asked them, well, can we run your card? And the guy says, there's only $5 on my card. But my girlfriend's going to pay when we get there. And I'm going, really? So we're driving through View Royal and getting to Colwood. And in Colwood, the guy says, oh, there's a McDonald's. Let's stop for McDonald's. Okay. And the guy orders a cheeseburger. No drinks, no fries, no apple pies, just a cheeseburger. I think the whole cost with the taxes and everything was $2.09. So we ended up being the 4th car in line. And I said, listen guys, I don't feel good about this. I don't feel like going to Souk and not getting paid. Here it said check for cash. And it said run the machine before you leave. And I'm going, I really don't feel good about this. The guy says, well, we gave you our address, 1310 Wright Road. I go, well, yeah, you did. Okay, but I still don't feel good about this. Can you get out and take another cab, please? And the other guy says, well, my girlfriend's paying when we get there. Okay. And then one of them's asking me, what's the craziest story I had? And I told him a story that I mentioned here on this channel already, where I picked up this guy from the casino that was put into the car by 2 security guards, and he was talking gibberish, and I had to call the cops on him, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And I told him that story. And then I said, but the craziest one was April Fool's 1995. Now, I don't know if I ever told you the story about April Fool 1995, because it happened before I started doing these vlogs. But it was the most insane fair I ever had, where I picked up this girl at a video store, and she wanted to go to the water. And I said, which water do you want to go to? She said, just take me to the water. And when we got to the water, she said, turn left. So I turned left, and we got to a place called Prince Andrew Terrace or something like that. And she says, Prince Andrew Terrace, that's where I want to go. So we pulled in there, and she said, pull into this driveway here. She asked me, what would happen, do you think, if I rang the doorbell of this house? And I said, well, do you know the people who live here? She said, no. I said, well, I don't think they'll take too kindly to that. And then there was was a vehicle parked there. It was a Pathfinder or a Forerunner or something like that. Sort of a sport utility vehicle. And there was a box on top of it, a long plastic box, and she says, "What's that plastic box for?" And I said, "Well, it's long, so it's probably for skis." And she says, "Skis? Where do people go skiing?" I said, "Oh, probably Mount Washington or someplace like that." She said, "Good, take me there." And I said, "Well, that's going to cost a lot of money, and it's going to take a lot of time. Are you sure you want to do that?" And then she asked me, "What will you be doing the rest of the night?" And I said, "Well, taking people where they want to go." Then she said, "Well, I want to go to Mount Washington." And she pulls out a gold Visa card. And I say, "Well, all right." So we start driving up to Mount Washington. Back in those days, the highway was a 2-lane road, much like the one I'm driving on right now. And when we got to phone, there were payphones along the way, and she wanted to stop at a payphone and call some friends of hers. And of course, she couldn't get through because it was long distance, and it was a payphone. I guess she didn't have enough change. And then we got to Courtenay and Comox, and when we got there, we got to a fork in the road, and one way was Mount Washington, and the other one was Forbidden Plateau. She says, "Forbidden Plateau, that's where I'm going." I said, "Okay." Well, we got up there, it was like an abandoned ski hill. And she said, "Well, I want to camp here." And I said, "Unfortunately, I left all my camping gear in Victoria. I don't have it here. And it's cold outside. And I have to get this car back to Victoria. So we can find you a hotel or a motel to stay in. And then you can enjoy Forbidden Plateau." And she said, "Well, hotels are expensive. I don't want to stay in one of those." I said, "Well, I got to get this car back to Victoria. Are you with me or not?" She says, "Oh, I'm with you." Then we picked up 2 hitchhikers who were going into town from up on the hill. And she says, "Pick these guys up." And, okay, picked them up, took them into town. Then we started driving back to town. At one point, she had to go to the restroom, and I stopped at a gas station. And I said, "Could I have your credit card, please, so I can run it?" She said, "Sure." So I ran the credit card for $500, and it worked. And there was another $191.25 left to be paid, so I ran that one. I put that one in on a paper too, because we used to have this machine for the credit card. You used to put the piece of paper in there with the carbon paper, and you used to pull the thing back and forth, and, or as my dad would say, forth and back. And then you'd have an imprint of the card, and then you'd call up the credit card company, and you'd get an authorization number, meaning that the card was authorized. Every day for 2 weeks, I tried to authorize that $191.25, and finally, I got it to work after 2 weeks. So I got paid for that whole thing. And I said, "You know, guys, I've been ripped off in Souk before. And the story you're telling me is just so far-fetched that I'm having a lot of trouble believing you." And they said, "Well, look, man, we just want to get home safely. And we don't want to rip off anybody. We gave you our address and said our girlfriend's going to pay. Do you have a charger?" I said, "No." And then the guy says, "Oh, I have one." So I said, "Yeah, there's the place to plug it in, the USB thing. It's a USB converter that goes on the cigarette lighter hole. I guess they don't call them cigarette lighters anymore. They call them power offtakes or something like that. Anyways, they said, we just want to get to Souk. So they say, okay. So I found Whiff and Spit because I know where Whiff and Spit is. I turned on to Whiff and Spit, and then they said, turn on to Right Road here. Or the one in the guy in the back seat said, turn on to Right Road here. I'm going, really? He says, yeah. And I said, well, why don't we just go to where the girlfriend is? He says, turn on the next road. Okay, so we turn on the next road. And we're going down the road a little bit. And he keeps phoning her, but keeps getting, please leave a message. I say, well, where is this girlfriend of yours? So we ended up going back to Right Road, back to the end of the road. And the guy gave me an address, 1370. But the numbers were like 72 something Right Road, not 3270, 72 something. So I don't know if the guy was dyslexic, but I said these numbers do not match the address I was given. Now let's go find this girlfriend of yours. So we turned around and we went back. He said, it's the next house. I said, yeah, but I'm not going to get paid here. I said, where's the girlfriend? And the guy in the front says, well, the girlfriend's walking. I say, where is she walking? He says, well, just go to the corner there and wait a minute. He says, maybe we should turn here and go down the road. Sure enough, we saw a girl walking. And she's got one of those, I guess it's a boom box or something like a boom box. And it's playing rap music. And she's got piercings, studs right in her cheeks. Right here and here. And man, you know, I don't know, but piercings through the cheek, I don't know, these people they're not my kind of people. So when I see her, I roll down the window. She says, oh, so you're the guy I'm supposed to pay. I said, well, that would be a relief, yes. And she says, I hope they were well behaved. And I said, well, made me wonder a number of times. And as I was pulling away, the guy said, he doesn't trust Souk people. There's a reason I don't trust people from Souk. It's because they burned me many times. And they gave me cock and bull stories just like these guys did. And I thought for damn sure I wasn't going to get paid. Well, they didn't leave until I got paid. Which in a way was good, but it was a bit of a runaround. And I even paused the meter for them at the McDonald's, and I paused the meter for them while the car was not rolling, and while we were sitting there in Souk at the corner of Right and Whiff and Spit trying to figure out what the hell to do. I still got exactly $79 for it in Iraq. I've got $20 cash, and I have about almost $200 in Iraq. But $20 in cash. And now it's 3:17 a.m. I've talked for quite a while. And I'll let you know how the night turned out by the end of it. Hopefully I'll get something to the airport. But this run to Souk with these sketchy characters made my night. Believe it or not. If I've got nothing to say at the end of the shift, well then, hope yours is better than mine.